I want to read from my chapbook. This is very distracting. That I just finished. I wrote while watching horror movies. It's called They Ate Each Other Up. I've been sending it around, and nobody wants it yet. But if you do, let me know. I'll think about it. But I don't need you. I'm just going to do it by myself. Either way, so it doesn't matter. But, I was like, I don't know. Do you have to describe what your project is? I don't actually like talking about my writing straightforwardly at all. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to write a paragraph about what this chapbook is about. And so I wanted to read that to you because you maybe can help me out. All right. Sometimes the world makes it so you can only get yourself to write poems while watching horror movies. So there's lots of eating and consuming and swallowing and several mentions of the sea, of course your mother, of course burial, of course lies and tits, grief and mercy. All the weddings in these poems are stupid, and your family is gross and made of monsters, and you are also the monster. And did I mention everyone's tits are out? And that your mother is there, and that she has your shin in her mouth? Your lover is in the microwave, your sister is punching your dad in the balls, then space happens, or a thing grows in you. It is Wendy. She comes out with her bat swinging, reassuring you, it's okay now, really. And in her best Candyman voice, she says, it was always you, Helen. It was always you. She says, we're all going to have a real good time. So that's what this is about. This is for Paige. She keeps talking about how I hula hooped once while reading a poem, and now everybody thinks I do it all the time. This hula hoop is much too big for me, and I'm not good at it. But this is for you, Paige. Sorry I can't use the mic and hula hoop, but I did not practice. So anyway, if you're getting bored. Whoop, hold on. Okay. This is called Gelbang's Terror. Motherfuckers wonder if we're in a cartoon. Everybody drives convertibles, everybody's running for mayor, every shit you've ever stepped in is a hearse. I'm just making conversation, bro. Your execution, a joke about lightning, a white suit, and a moose heart, and 2 skulls. You're welcome, Paige. Oh my God. All right, I get my pants back on. 13 minutes. This poem is titled, Have You Noticed Thunder Rumbles in the Background Whenever Your Mother Talks? She swings on the porch with a gun in one hand, a nightgown in the other, a fox circling her. She's considering eating you. She's talking to you through the door. After the light got dimmer, first she'll eat the fox. More mothers. This is called, They Do Questionable Things, They Count Real Slow. The year I was born, my mother had her worst dream. It was full of turtles, and she'd never seen one. They asked her all kinds of personal questions. They tried to get her to rent a studio apartment. One had a stack of photographs. The ground was cold in all of them. When my mother cried, 100 spiders leaked out. They kept running away. She had a mermaid tail. It made her seem like she was lost. Did you know it isn't murder when they're running away? What if mothers got to decide how long we last and forever had always been an option? Move on, move on, move on. This poem's called Pull Us to Shore. At night, we put some of you in our mouths and tell you we don't love you. We have unwholesome thoughts. We're always touching our faces. We worry about you. That's what that smell is. We pick at our tails. We're fine. Throw bread in the water. Put us on ice. Holy moly, you're lonely. Someone said, cut if feeling long. Cutting it. Okay. This is called Marriage is a Kiss You Pay For. The most powerful thing in the world is a woman eating cake, chanting, "What do I lack? What do I lack?" If you can't let it go, kill a wolf, kill a pack of them, turn them into a ballad, turn them into your husband. Their skeletons dance next to a bowl of tomatoes, a basket of oranges. Let them in. They have such plans for you. Okay, so this poem was in the Buffalo News and also in Dream Pop Press, so thank you, Bob Pohl, for putting that in the Buff News. It's called So Be It. Every cantaloupe is a stranger, so we go in. We've all ridden delusions into the sunset. Your pancakes grin from their plate, saying, no one has to die. No one has to slip into the sea and never come back up. I have more than one tiger that loves me, a baby that doesn't, a beautiful map we draw to your burial, a big owl, mercy again, we didn't know. Okay, this is my last poem, and it's self-deprecating. I think we live in a country that's poisoned by egotism, and so for me, sometimes being self-deprecating feels really good. Feels like a means of revolt. People are always like, be less self-deprecating, stop saying sorry, and I'm like, you know what? I think actually more people could realize their ridiculous, hilarious flaws. That doesn't mean you can't love yourself. You know, I'm still pretty awesome, but I'm also very forgetful and stuff. Okay. Anyways, so be more self-deprecating if you want to, when you want to. But you don't have to. It's called Success Story. 1 is a rerun. Millions of eyeballs plop out of your mouth, roll under the table. Shit happens. When I was 9 years old, I wore the most delicate necklace. I was lonely. I felt like I was completely alone. I put in a bid for Saturn. This is my land. This is my land. I didn't want to be a human being. I'm okay now. A person yelling hurtful things from the balcony. Welcome home. Love has always been a mystery to me. A gust of petals, a handful of tiny screws. I have no interest in finding out what they're for. It's part 2. And I waited tables for about 10 years, so this is a poem for all the waitresses out there that know what it feels like to become part of the menu. You know what I mean. 2. I am the salad you didn't order and the hand that set it before you. Oh God, it was my destiny to stand at this table and pour you a glass of orange juice. You say no one cares about me anymore. We're in the middle of goddamn nowhere. We're not gonna make it to town. Maybe if I get real quiet, if you eat of my flesh. 3. Digital proof the sun is setting fast, proof the moon is that color for a reason. I'm here to bear witness. You can't just Google map, get your shit together. What you are about to see is the ground beneath you. All right, all right. 4. Are you sure it isn't me you love? You ask a crowd of people. A screen drops and they start playing a movie about your life. There isn't anyone in it, just a pilled sweater and some branches. You realize you never wanted to share your story. The crowd begins to ask questions. It's an awful movie, but it's going to be okay.